A call to order at, let's see, at 9:09. All members are present for the board. And we have Angela. We have, she has kindly prepared some information for us. There are minutes to be approved as submitted from the last meeting of June 4th, 2024. And let's see, we sign those. She has left a sign here for us. For those. Okay. Okay, so that was, we've done one, we've done two, so Article 3. So I will talk about, Article 2 was the approval of the minutes as submitted, which we just did.
Well, we have to elect chair, appoint recording secretary, adopt rules of procedure.
Okay, oh, I'm sorry, that was the copy, I'm sorry. Let me go back to the agenda, thank you.
There you go.
Okay, all right, call to order. All right,
Yeah.
sorry, I was out of order. All right, it's been a while, okay. Call to order, second, our reorganization. We have to elect a chair. Would anyone like to nominate a chair?
Motion, Bobby Jean.
Oh,
Yes, I second the nomination.
okay, I guess that I'm the chair of this amazing board, and they are. Letter B, to appoint a recording secretary. Anyone like to nominate anyone?
Okay, thank you. You want to be it?
I really don't.
Okay, I'll make.
Okay, because my note taking
Well,
is.
you gotta motion me though.
Okay, well, I nominate Andy Crossman.
And I'll second Andy. And letter C is to adopt the rules of procedure for 2026, which we have
So I don't have
here.
to do that today.
Right, there's the,
Okay,
I paraphrase a lot.
all right.
okay, now this is the one we're signing,
Yeah.
this is what
We
you
have
sent us an
signed.
email? Yeah,
Yes.
okay, just making sure that I did read
Yes, and
what I'm
Angela did.
signing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, to sign for us to go
Procedure.
over. Does anyone have any questions about this? I think they're very appropriate, and I know that they follow the state rules and regulations. They've done a good job putting them together. Any discussion about anything?
Well, we're going to restructure some of this, right? Because what I was curious was,
Sure.
here's our rules of procedure, right? Okay. Here's the one to be signed. Let's get, before we end up with that not being anywhere. Because I know that with the fiduciary duties and management, the accountability, all trust funds shall be managed for the specific purpose intended by the donors. Now, didn't some of these donors have like thinking that they were specifically only, taking care of their plot? Or do we need to reword that so that we do have the right to, or have authority to move, because we're going to have to move these funds. We can't have them spread all over the place. I mean, I think that's the reason for our meeting.
If I could speak to that, I think the intention and the actuality need to line up. When people put their money into, I think it was called perpetual care at the time, and may still be listed as perpetual care, and Andy may be able to speak with that for the cemetery commission. There's something in the perpetual care about taking care of their grave, and then any monies left over. those amounts were as little as $50.
Right.
And they're making 50 cents worth of interest, or $50. So there is an amount, the monies that are set aside, the principal hasn't been touched. And the interest really hasn't been touched either because it's so small. How it looks like the town, if you look at previous town books, the previous trustees, money was lumped together and then the interest was divided out. The money really couldn't even be spent at all, because are you gonna spend $1.16 to
Right.
take care of someone's grave? So I believe that the thinking, the modern thinking has moved on, that money is okay to be pooled because the intention is care of the graves. The initial intention, because the money has changed.
Right, well, I was just being
Yeah.
nitpicky about the wording. I mean, I
Yeah.
understand what we have to do.
Yeah.
That's.
And I
yeah.
think we're covered because other towns have encountered the same situations and they're going
Okay,
forward, but we can certainly get that dialed in.
so,
And we do have some generous money, as you see from our
Yeah, there are.
accounts. You know, we do have money to be spent because it has been managed well enough that it hasn't been touched.
right,
So,
The cemetery has tapped into it
yes.
once when we had to take down some trees.
Yes.
And we took half of the interest out of each of the accounts. Because like you just said, you can't touch the principal. So, and it worked out very well. I mean, there was still plenty left over, and there's always been some added since, because that was, oh gosh, maybe 12, 15 years ago
Right.
that was done. So,
And I think, kind of going again back to intention, I think if you don't pay for perpetual care, it's not like your grave isn't being
Right.
maintained in the
Right.
cemetery. So it's a little bit of a, deceiving is the wrong word, but misleading kind of.
right, and what we've done with
intention.
because the cemetery has a perpetual care fund, so to speak. And so what we try to do, the perpetual, like you just said, it's gonna be taken care of regardless. So we've kind of gotten away from the perpetual care thing, but every sale of a plot, the whole amount goes into that.
I was gonna say, I thought in my
Perpetual
reading that towns have either a percentage or a large.
Right.
And,
But there was an issue with that one time. Person was complaining, and we're like, you know what, by state statutes, we only have to trim it once a year.
right,
So
right.
So that quieted things down a little bit. So
Yeah, and again, different times, different costs,
Yes.
different,
right.
and I
So
think-
now it's almost like, as far as the cemetery is concerned, it's almost like we just put the sale of it right into the perpetual care, and it's there.
Yeah.
And it's there if we need it, if we need to tap into it, so.
Yeah, and just from looking at the monies we've had to manage, there's not really any new money coming into these accounts. It's been quite a while since any new money, I think in maybe the early 2000s, maybe the SIPN account is something.
Having said that, the bank told me, it was a couple of weeks ago or so, or 3 weeks ago or so, that some of them are heading towards dormancy.
Okay,
So we need to
we
get
need
this
to-
straightened out today,
Okay.
so that we can go to the bank and just say, I don't know what it's gonna take to get them out of dormancy, because I said, well,
I don't think it's much.
I don't think
just
it's
moving them.
Yeah,
Or
or
something.
just having usually, I mean, like if you had a checking or savings, it would mean like a withdrawal or just a
Well, that's
checking
what I
in
thought.
or something.
I told him, I said,
Yeah.
well, so the interest doesn't, she said, no, the interest
Okay.
doesn't. So it could,
Okay, a renewal or something.
something,
Okay,
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Of course, they wouldn't talk to me in depth about it because I wasn't
the
a
person.
signer.
Okay, so we'll get that all straightened out. So aside from that, should we move to this and then talk about our new, would that come under the new policy under number 6, maybe? So then can we go to 4? I jumped around and we did approve the minutes of the meeting. So are we happy with our rules and procedures for 2026 that we signed? To move on, we have a competency of understanding them.
Yeah,
I
I'm
believe so.
Okay.
I'm fine with them.
Yeah.
Okay, so that will go into the record. We've approved the meetings from our last meeting. Number 5 is to approve Margaret Tucker's name off of all accounts and approve Chair as the new authorized signer. Okay, so that would be me. There is some literature provided here with my name already. Angela filled that out, prepared that so we can sign. So we can have that all ready to go.
Yeah,
Okay, with the bank.
yes, I would motion to have Bobby Jean as the first signer.
Okay,
And then
yes.
we need someone as a second or a third, doesn't matter. All 3 of us can be on, I don't care.
I would, do we have to approve that first one and then go to a second one?
Yeah, amend it.
We can amend it?
Right.
Yep, I just want to make sure we're good on this because you may need the minutes. So one person make a motion if you're appointing Bob Jean.
Yep.
And then Sean second, then motion passed.
And
And
So
then
it's
we
written
make
good.
an amendment,
Yep, if you,
amendment to the motion.
Okay.
in that resolution,
Yep.
takes her midge off and
Yep.
gives you guys.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so.
So you
Andy?
got the 2 copies. One shows you and me,
Okay.
and the other
Oh,
one,
all right.
the signers, and the
Yeah.
other one shows Bobby Jean and I, and/or. Right, and/or you too.
And it should only be one resolution, so I can go retype that and make it all 3 of you if you want. It's up to
Okay.
you.
You mean one amendment? One
That's a
amendment to the,
Well, the resolution, there should only be one resolution, so, because I've got 2 there, because I wasn't sure who was gonna sign.
Right,
I see.
right.
That's why, because
That's
it's
why
like,
there's
this is really
duplicate-
confusing.
There's duplicate things,
no, we
sorry.
gotta pick one.
Yeah,
So-
pick one, and we've offered a possible third option
Right.
Yes,
here. Yeah, so,
All right, so what do you guys wanna do?
do we have to make the motion first, then discuss? Okay,
Okay, I guess okay, there is some, so there are only 2 signers.
There could be 3.
There could be 3, and I don't care if you 2 want it, because you're obviously,
I'm spearheading this at the
Yeah.
moment,
Yeah.
yeah.
right, so obviously you need to be on that.
Definitely.
And probably Bobby Jean, and I don't see any reason that I have to
You
be
can
a
always be
signer.
added, you can be added later.
Well, okay, whatever, yeah.
Okay,
So let's make sure that we got you 2 on this one, so we're getting rid of the one with me for now.
Yeah, so that's.
Okay, am I signing, is there a different, are we signing one of these, or are we all 3
Yes.
signing the?
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
signing, all 3 of us
Yeah.
are signing one of them, that'll be
Okay.
this one here. That's why I put those in.
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay, so that's the resolution.
Okay, so I motion that Bobby Jean be one of the, where are we? As a signer for trustees of public funds, accounts.
Okay. Can I? Second.
Yeah, and I'll
Yeah, okay.
second that. And so now,
And-
do we have to make I have to make a motion, or somebody's got to make a motion for Andy to be
I
also a
move-
signer.
I will motion that Andy be a second signer
Do you want us to sign
for
the
trustees of public funds.
So you made the motion and I'll
I-
second, okay. that's
Beautiful.
We're gonna sign this really nice one.
fine. Oh, okay.
And
All right,
then,
I didn't, that's why it's so many copies of everything that
Oops.
We're getting in shape here. Oh, that does feel good.
Yeah, I see. There's a different quality of paper, huh?
That paper at my office. That's nice.
Okay, hold on.
Okay,
Okay.
Now, Bobby Jean, I need something from you,
okay,
from the bank.
okay.
Give me a second. I think she needs to sign that one. I think you need to sign that one. This is, I had to, go ahead.
Can I just only ask, can you guys make a motion to remove each chapter too?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
that's
yeah.
gonna make a resolution.
Okay, so
Put it in the minutes.
for the minutes, we will make the motion to remove Midge Tucker's name off all accounts and approve the chair as the new authorized signer. I make that motion. Would anyone second that for me, please?
I'll second that. But we also have, you're both signers.
I will amend that motion.
Okay.
I will amend the motion to remove Margaret Tucker off of all accounts and approve the chair, Bobby Lambert Lines, and Andrew Crossman as a second signer.
And I'll second that motion. And
As
that would be as amended, right? We've already amended that, so.
We're getting the hang of this.
Yeah. Okay, let's get that over there. So we've got Mitch going.
Okay.
And you said you've got a letter from Midge when you go to the bank about changing the signer?
Yes, yes, we do. Yeah. Okay, so now, Bobby Jean, I need
Set
you
these
to,
papers aside. I get
in order so I
confused
can
with
bring
papers
this to the
too.
bank, I need you to sign under me here, and then you gotta fill this out. So it can
Okay.
be added.
Okay.
And I did get one for you too, Sean, but, because I wasn't sure what was gonna
Oh,
happen.
okay, no.
You're good for now?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay, keeping with the bank theme,
Okay.
now the bank documents are going directly back to you or not, or in the Angela file, because I seem to have,
back, well,
or
back
a
to
separate
me.
files,
Those are
because you're gonna
going
need,
to-
I'm gonna
you're
need to take them,
copies.
yep,
Yeah.
take them to the bank tomorrow morning.
But you'll need copies left here at the town office, probably with Angela, so that we have
Probably,
copies
except
on
for the
file.
one with her information on it, which will be the last page. That goes directly to the bank. They already have all mine.
Okay.
So if that's the case, do we really need these letters?
I'm gonna say yes, only they encourage that the resolution's good, but they like an authorization letter to go with it.
Oh.
So this will have,
Okay, yeah, I gotcha.
you know, I figure if you guys are all meeting now, yeah. And you can sign both of them.
Oh, we don't have to sign it.
What's that?
We don't,
You have to sign as the agent,
as the, right.
agent.
Oh, true.
And then
Yeah,
those
yeah,
guys
yeah,
have to,
yeah, I
then
gotcha.
I would notarize.
Oh, I see,
signature.
I
So
see, I
if you wanted
gotcha.
to have one of each of you to
I
help.
gotcha. All right. You're covering all the bases, aren't you?
Right.
Only wants to do this once.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, I got it, okay. Bobby Jean,
Okay.
there may be other documents you may have to sign, but that's the most important one.
Okay, and I'm gonna set this one here. I need to do a copy of my license for that.
Yep.
So I'll put that there to do. Okay, and I'm gonna give
Good.
these back to
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Okay. Okay, so, number 6 here.
Well, hang on,
Oh,
keep it back on, wait, what's number 6?
Number 6 is, approving a conservative investment strategy, but,
Well, keep with the
Okay.
bank, let's keep
Yeah.
with the bank
Okay.
theme a second. When Angela and the group was going through all that stuff, they did find a check to us for the trustees for an investment that was, I guess, canceled. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but anyway, we got a significant check,
oh, okay,
and I took copies of it, and it's right
Okay.
there.
okay. Okay,
I think we had a month and a half before it expired, so
okay,
I talked to Sean, I tracked him down, talked to
Okay.
him, and there was a general fund
okay.
account. So I'm like, okay, we'll put it in the general fund account, he agreed.
Yeah,
I went
okay.
there to do it, they wouldn't let me put it in there because there wasn't a signer on the account.
Okay,
However,
that's weird. Okay,
if I opened one and put it deposit under that, that's fine. So that's why on that paper that Angela printed up,
yep,
it's, or in the book here,
yep, there's
it
a
says
additional
general fund
statement.
2.
Okay,
It says general fund 2,
okay,
and
that's what that
that's
is.
where it's under,
Okay, super,
okay?
okay.
Can I have that back? I
Yes.
got notes.
Yep, absolutely.
I wrote shit all over the place.
Okay,
What shall I, 6 months. Okay, so the dormant thing, we already discussed that.
okay,
Now, the other thing I was made aware of, we have a CD that's coming due
okay,
very soon. They couldn't
Okay.
tell me anything about it,
okay,
couldn't tell me when. All I know is that we had 10 days, and I got the phone call, I think, this time last week,
okay,
or Wednesday, maybe it was a week ago yesterday. I can't remember exact. So, I don't know how much, they couldn't tell me
okay,
where it came from, nothing. So hopefully tomorrow morning, if I go to the bank tomorrow morning, I can find out what's going on. And if, I don't know where you're gonna be, but if you have your cell phone on or whatnot, I'll call your cell phone from the bank and let you know what's going on. And then we can make a decision
Right.
right then and there. Because it's only, and I'm not even sure it's 10 business days. I think it's just like 10 days. It used to be a month.
So I can add to this, CDs are at a really low rate right now. And if you want to switch them, the penalty is also really low, like $4.
Well, there's no penalty as long as you catch it in that 10-day frame.
Could be,
Because we did this from the cemetery.
sure, yeah,
Because I didn't like it that you only had 10 days.
10 days, yeah, it
including
is
the
very
weekends.
little, right, right.
And that it was in there for, I think the cemetery was a year, but we were so low on funds as far as, the working money that, because we
Yeah,
try not
that
to
you
touch
transferred
it,
it.
that we said, heck with it, and we turned it from a CD just to a savings.
Sure, absolutely,
So the CD was a perpetual care CD.
Yeah.
But then we said no, and we just put it into a regular savings account, which it's still, technically perpetual care.
absolutely.
But it's more,
Again,
it's available.
Yes.
If we need it.
Yeah, understandable.
So I don't know what's going on with this yet, so I will find out tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, and I actually can be available tomorrow.
Okay, so
if
I
you'd
can call
like.
your
So
cell phone too.
I can go with you if you'd like,
Oh.
if you want another set of ears.
Oh, if we're there at 9:00 in the morning.
Okay,
And it's not Berkshire anymore, it's Beacon.
Right. yeah.
Right,
Yep, so
right.
I can go with you if you'd like.
Okay. Well, you can take that paper with you.
Yeah, I could, okay,
Okay, I think that's all I have as far as the bank stuff for now, because they won't discuss too much with me.
Okay, so we'll get that
Okay.
taken care of. So then that goes to our,
Oh, sorry, hold on.
Sorry,
Okay.
just the authorization.
Authorization letters for each of the investment funds, right? Yes.
okay, so does that
We
come
need to-
under our number 6 strategy with that?
I think it would be five still.
Still under 5?
Still under
Okay,
five.
oh, because that's, okay, those are the numbers, okay, super, okay. So then.
This is for each of the funds.
Okay,
Are you agent on all of those?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Might as well
no, that's fine with me, I just.
Okay, because I'm not a signer, but I'm a trustee.
approve signature
so-
trustee, right?
And then I'll notarize your signatures, so if you guys got your driver's license after.
Yeah. Okay. Do I charge for my signature?
okay, so my question about this one, Angela.
Do you want Bobby Jean, one signed with her too? Because one was done with Bobby Jean Authority, and then the other was you, because I wasn't sure.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
yeah.
so,
yeah.
right, so that's what I just picked up on, so this one is just,
'Cause you may have put those.
this one has just me and Sean.
Your sign,
Right.
whoever's signing as trustee is given the agent authority.
Okay,
Okay,
So there's-
okay, so the agent is Andy on this one.
If that's what
Well,
it
it
shows
doesn't
up.
matter because we're
Because
both signers, so
we're
we're
both-
both.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, no problem.
This is just in case they
They-
question.
Yeah.
Correct. 'Cause
Excellent, okay, no issues. There we go, okay.
Don't worry, guys, I'm not trying to pull a fast one.
No,
I
no,
don't
no, no,
think
not at
anybody
all. I
is.
just wanted to make sure it was the right set.
And
Yes.
there's ones with your name, so if you want
Yeah,
to be the
no,
agent
no,
and you need
no,
a letter.
no,
Fine.
no, 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 no. I wanted to make sure we're getting the right ones.
so,
Okay.
wait, so one we don't need, right? Or, no, because you were trustees,
That's
and
all.
we're
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah, and I'm holding them in my hand so they don't get in the other papers here.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's-
that's what I was worried about too.
There should be one for every account, so.
It's kind of redundancy though, because with Bobby, Jean and I are signers now. So.
Correct, because the resolution
Yeah.
specifies that, but they say some letters.
Probably more is
Just
Additional.
done.
Right.
better,
Yeah, in
right?
Yeah.
case they.
Yeah, that's,
I do think it's strange that in this, when I say strange, I mean, it's an independent
she's got it.
office, you know, it's
here,
an
oh,
independent
you want that in a
office.
separate pile from that one, or is it gonna make any
I
difference?
think they're all going to Angela.
Okay, there, yeah,
And then it kind of works in this little unknown amongst themselves, so. But they all come to the town office.
The statements.
The statements all come to
Yeah.
the town office.
And I don't know if that was just because Midge wanted it that way, if it had to be that way.
I think it's a good,
I think
I
it's a
think
good
it's
thing.
good practice,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely good practice. Okay, and do we have everything signed now?
I think so.
Okay, so, because I really want to move, I seem to want to move on to this number 6 here. So.
well, that's really the important thing that we need to
Yes.
start sorting out.
So,
I know, I mean, it's not, it's all
Yeah.
important right now.
So, again, going on to strategy, there is not a lot of there is the historical documents in our town information about why things were done the way that they were done as far as the actual information. People wanted perpetual care. It was something that was offered. And I'm going to offer an opinion that people like to see their names in the book or their family names in the book back in the day with their $5 of interest growing, and it was a different time. information before, it was always in the books, as you saw with the cemetery fund and this. And there should be something afterwards, maybe in that box, Andy, where when I did put in a report for the book, I consolidated these. Midge would go through all of these individual numbers that were in these accounts, and she would break them up. That's how she got this $1.94.27. They would go. So this $56,000, she would take the principal amounts, the original principal amounts, and she would go through every year and take a percentage of an amount and go through and get through. And that's how she got this, because they're just one number on the statement that you get. It was a labor of love for her, and she felt that that was the right way to do it. There's no one else doing that. And in our reporting, I just did a basic figure, because that is how, let's see, in that box, we just went through, and the last time I did meet with the auditors before, we just went through the statements and this is what we got yearly from each investments. You know, these are the monthly amounts on the statements, and this is what balanced out to the statements for the financial year. It wasn't broken down like this, and they don't require this because they're not interested in the individual accounts. So I believe that is a requirement. Angela, can you speak to that? I mean, the requirement, they're just looking to see the
Beginning balance,
ending balance, and original documents. Yep. Okay. So I don't know about these. I mean, I think we need to keep the historical information that these trusts, because there at one time were deeds for all of these trusts, but I don't know that, again, this type of recording needs to be kept down to the money. And as far as keeping them in the bank,
we were supposed to have, you were supposed to get a meeting with somebody from Woodstock.
and I did speak with them, and I can again follow up.
Right.
A lot of the money it's combined
Is it?
money, because that's where you're getting your biggest bang for your buck. So they're keeping track of the principal
Yeah.
that someone put in.
And where is all this kept?
Some money is kept in other towns. It is in investments. I think in 2018, the state of Vermont said you could invest the money. Until then,
Oh,
it
I
had
see.
to be in banks.
So they lumped it all and then, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And towns seem to do a little bit of everything. They have some money in CDs, so they're a little bit more liquid. They have some money in accounts. Historically, I have been told that the town of Plymouth many years ago started investing with Raymond James, and then we've been rolled over into all of these accounts because that's who we had based on the money.
Gotcha.
And we don't know what, I don't know if it's worth consulting a professional about gathering the money to go forward, about where it is. You know, I mean, I have someone who invests for me, but I don't do it myself. So,
Right, no, same here.
yeah. So I'm not that,
I get the statement and hope not to see parentheses.
sometimes I don't even look.
I don't look,
So
but I don't either.
I don't know, I don't know, in thinking about this, I guess the question that I have is, what is responsible? Is responsible having, and of course this is, a time, I know stocks and things are crazy, is responsible being so conservative that we're getting just a little bit of money, but we're not paying anyone a small amount to manage it, or is responsible paying a small fee to have it managed and get advice about getting better direction when things are in a more profitable state. I don't know the answer to that for money that is not my own.
Right. But we need to lump things together somewhat.
I wouldn't
Not
say that
all
we
of it.
need to, but would that
So are
be,
all,
I mean, we don't
all of these are
necessarily,
in one bank account?
all of these are in these
These several,
accounts.
Yeah.
Yes. And again, they're just something that keeps reinvesting, and as investment companies, I don't know, I would say split, I mean, they see different names, Pimco, Franklin, BlackRock, these names just come up. They're not anything there's information about a conscious decision was made. We are investing in BlackRock. We are investing in this. And as I said, the last, again, verbal stuff was from Midge many, many years ago, that Raymond James said this money couldn't be taken out and it had to be done this way. And that was many, many years ago. So it certainly can be looked at. I mean, there isn't one advisor.
That specializes in this, or is there?
Or that, like, we don't have an advisor that sends the town of Plymouth, like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm your person and this is the direction your stocks are going, so.
Why don't you reach out to Woodstock and find out who they used, or
Okay. Okay, and
Yeah,
for
we'll go
our
from there.
next, if we can have a next meeting.
with them, that'd be great.
Jill Davies was the driver for that. She has moved to Wales. So she is not, so I don't know who her replacement is. Tom Debevoise, who I spoke with, sent me to Jill, and then she has since moved, so I'll revisit who there. But a lot of towns have their information online. It's a lot of reading. I'll bring that literature. Some of them do have people who are managing it for them. So some towns, and our town does not, and I noticed in the information Angela put together, where you'll see it says if you have to record to the education fund, some towns, the trustees of public funds, are responsible for park funds or for scholarships, which we do not have any of that in the town. We only have cemetery
right.
directed funds. So if you see that in any literature, we don't have anything to report for that.
So now to the asking about how the cemetery, how you draw what money you need to draw out of there.
Out of the trustee fund,
Out of the
or
trustee,
or
yeah.
the CD that we used to have.
Well, the trustee funds
Okay.
or this, whatever the investments that you have, or that, because obviously we are supposed to be keeping, the board keeps track of that.
Well,
So,
they're two separate. They have their own money.
okay.
Right.
Yeah, they have their own money, and then this board does have a checkbook that has not had, which I'm, again, assuming the checkbook has been there to filter funds into if we needed to write a check for a request. But as Andy said, that last request was for tree cutting quite a while ago.
Right, and we had to come to the trustees to ask
Right.
for that, and What we were told is that each trust, each cemetery trust that was set up, whether it be the $50 or the
Yeah.
$5 or whatever it is, this person would have to go inspect it to make sure the plot was in good standing order before they would release any of the interest to us. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what we
I
were told.
have not seen any.
But that's what we had to do. That's what we had to go through to, and
And-
Tom Brown spearheaded that one.
And that may have been, in any historical information of the board that has not been in any rules or regulations or anything that's here. I don't
Well, that's good, because that's.
know that we would have to adhere to that
Well, that's what we,
criteria, or
that's,
we could make new policy going
yeah,
forward.
okay. Well,
Maybe
at
modern
this point in time, there is
policy.
no inclination from the cemetery board that we need to tap into that, so we're good.
So
On
we
that.
are, so we're rolling over and over.
Yeah.
So, okay, because I didn't know how this all worked. So the
Angela,
cemetery,
They're a town, but I mean, I think there's over, I think at our access, we have between $75,000 and $100,000. I want to say,
The trustee public.
the trust,
funds.
yes,
Yeah.
trustee of public funds,
It's-
yeah. So, and I have been thinking to ask Andy, don't know that we're getting lots of new burials to support our cemeteries. I mean, at some point,
That's
we may
right.
become a little more active as a board.
Well, that's why we had to ask the town for, about 10 years ago, we started asking money for the town.
Right,
From the
which a lot
add
of
to the budget.
Boards do.
right, well, that's
Yeah.
what I'm
Otherwise-
wondering if
Yeah.
we put like, our investment strategy, whatever, our interest or
Maybe for a
profit
yearly.
for the yearly, we say,
Yeah.
okay, if we're going to need it, let's take, no more than 85 or 90% of the interest
Yeah,
of the profit
Yeah.
of the interest or profit.
Yeah.
No more than that, and reinvest another 10
Right.
back in, and
I mean,
and hopefully keep some sort of,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, previous boards have been very conservative and it's done well, but
yeah.
so
things are-
conservative that it will go in perpetual,
Right,
that it's not being used, I think even for the intention of the original people for their care. So, I don't know if, can I make a motion for Angela to speak at our
Yeah, sure.
meeting as Angela to speak with her knowledge of, so I make the motion to have Angela speak with her knowledge of other town meetings and town boards. Can I get a second?
sure,
that?
I second that.
Okay. Angela, as a board of 3, if we were to do work to bring back to the other board, can 2 of us meet to do work to bring back to a 3rd member?
Any time the 2 of you, like tomorrow, there has to be, you're a quorum.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there has to be a warning. I mean, an agenda posted if you guys are meeting.
Okay.
So if you guys are gonna go to the bank and meet, what I recommend, I can do an emergency agenda, put it out there.
Okay.
If you say the time. So the short is you can meet and discuss and bring back, but you should warn it, have an agenda done because you are representing a quorum of the board. Did that answer your question? So you can meet, yes. but you-
Unless we call it an executive, and then we don't, because this is discussion with the bank about the certain accounts.
Yeah.
So we could just call an executive session.
Correct, but you still have to do an agenda that you're meeting and discussing it, unfortunately, because you're 2 of the 3.
Because, yeah, so work like going to other boards, anytime there's 2 of
The
us
majority.
that are gonna be talking,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So even like if you're calling, you guys are having a quorum, even if it's on the phone.
okay,
So even if you do it, maybe
Okay.
keep it down
Yeah.
low.
Well, nice talking to you guys. See you out in public. Nope.
There you go. Keep driving.
If it's about work.
Yeah. Okay.
But should you contact the bank today after the meeting and make sure that instead of you and Bobby just
I
showing up at
can.
9
I mean,
and,
I do.
and being like, oh no, so-and-so's out today.
Right, I can. I mean, I can
Okay.
shoot right down there now. I've got time.
As do I, if you'd like. I cleared my schedule.
Whichever.
I'm
I'm not sure what.
committed today. And tomorrow.
My thing is, I'm not sure what we're going to run into here. So yes, the more the merrier. I think talking with the bank at the moment,
Okay.
find out what's the procedures. What do we need to do to get this straightened out?
Okay.
That suffice.
If you can just say, so what you do is continue the meeting on then?
Oh.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was
we could do
gonna,
that.
yeah.
If you kind of table it now, and again, I'm not used to that, but if you kind of table it, you guys are gonna drive down. Maybe keep a few notes there, the three of you meeting, talking about some accounts, and then adjourn when you're done and leaving and get me that information.
Oh, okay.
If that works, just to kind of cover all the bases of it, to document, even if you just say discussion with bank personnel of what our options are, no decisions made. And
Okay.
then
Yeah, I
adjourned
gotcha.
it 11 PM when you were done. If that works.
Sure.
Well, yeah, then everything's covered under this warning.
Yeah.
And,
Correct, this agenda, yeah.
Yeah, and I think to, get things going, I will be more available to Andy. So I guess, Sean, is it okay with you if Andy and I have meetings here to do because if we're a quorum,
You're a quorum.
to get information on the investment stuff together to bring back to you for like a information gathering meeting with no decision
Right,
made?
yes, that makes total sense to
Okay.
me. Yeah,
Other
I don't
than
know how much that's gonna violate any open meeting.
other than the CD.
No.
No,
The CD is coming up quick, so that'd be one thing we need to make a decision on today.
And we
what to
can
do with it.
make a motion,
Right.
thinking of our options, we can make
Right.
a motion to.
I mean, does it, we just roll it over or what? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know where, like I said, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know what it's about. Nothing
Could
yet.
you, well, depending, yeah, you'll know more about it, but
Right.
could you, like, roll it into, if you've got to do something with it, maybe put it into a money market for the time being, and then,
Yeah.
we can reinvest it into whatever, because we're going to look into new investment strategies. Why jump into something that if everything's a low yield with the CDs now?
Right.
So,
Yeah, could we,
Do like we did with the cemetery.
I was
Like,
just
like
gonna
I told
say,
you we did with the cemetery.
should
Yeah.
we put it in that account to make it accessible to move
I would say yes.
into a bigger,
into your trustees 2 account?
yeah,
Why not?
It's only Andy's.
It's-
At the moment,
yeah, to put it into that, to make it more liquid to move
yes.
for the next.
Yeah, I would say,
Okay.
yeah, I would say we do that.
So shall I make a motion?
I'll make it.
Okay.
I make a motion that whatever the CD is that we find out shortly gets deposited into, if it's not too late. It may be too late, we don't know. If it's not too late, to deposit it into the general fund account 2. The general fund 2 account. There. If it's not too late. If it's too late and it's already rolled over, there's nothing we can do about it without a penalty.
I'll second that emotion.
Motion.
Second that.
Well, there is a motion
Do a
there.
little dance. I'll second that motion. May I amend it?
Sure.
Can we if it's less than a $10 penalty.
Oh, I see.
Oops, sorry, it's 10 a.m.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
Last time I checked on CDs, which was a while ago, penalties were very, very low for changes.
The cemetery wasn't.
Really.
It was half the interest for that year. What they were gonna nab us on.
Well, I don't think we're getting big at
No.
investing.
Well, we don't know,
You don't know
we don't know the
So-
size of the account.
Right.
Okay, so may I motion to amend? I will make a motion to amend my original motion. If it's less than $10, if it's less than $10, that we
Yeah, all right.
roll the CD into the
Into an,
checking to,
yeah,
or
a general fund.
general fund too. You don't
Well,
have to, you don't
I-
have to second it.
Yeah, I know, but I was just thinking, I think why don't we just authorize you to make the whatever decision once you're at the bank and know what's going on somehow.
Mhm.
I mean, I think we're getting a lot of motions.
Can we scratch all of those and stuff and then you recant it, or,
So,
if you have a $10 motion
I can,
amended, so.
I'll recant it,
Okay, do you want
or,
Andy to recant his and reword it? To let Bobby Jean make the decision when she's there in the best interest of the
Well, you're
trust?
both
I would say that both of us,
Okay.
Because there's gonna be
the
more-
original motion,
Right,
either
right,
both of us.
Okay, so,
And the manager, if this lady that's not there, the manager of the bank was working with me too, so there's two people there that are aware of this. So,
So we'll have knowledgeable people to help.
yeah. Just sucks I don't have more information for you guys, but.
Well, we're,
you will have shortly.
yeah, if you look at the box, the box that
Oh,
we have, our black box,
behind you.
Here.
yeah.
You know more about it than I do.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a heavier one.
Black box.
Why are you doing that?
So-
I'll put that.
Oh,
I'll be right
wait,
back.
yeah. So, these are all, okay. So, for things like, all right, so at one point, like, the certificates of deposit. There we go. So, one had $4,200 in it. Okay, another one had certificate. One had 56 in it. One, Bernie Sippins, had $3,500. So, the Bradley Trust is a trust and not a certificate. 13. Yeah, so this one's 22. So, yeah, they are all. Do we have a town book, Angela, for 23?
that was I'm trying to think, there was the one with the rainbow, then there was Stickney Bridge last year, then the
I
front
think
of
this
it.
would be the rainbow.
Yeah.
I might have.
Do you want me, because that was the one that has, are you looking for the trust numbers?
Yeah.
Right here, I gave you a copy. That was
Okay.
the last one. It's in
Is
your.
that the one?
Yeah.
I think there was a year that I didn't do this.
Correct. I didn't, and I don't know if I got it. So for 2 years, we haven't had trust numbers in the
Oh,
book.
it wasn't in the book. Oh.
So that's the last one Midge Tucker did.
Oh, okay,
That
all
was
right,
in
because
there.
I submitted, I didn't.
And I think it was after, when the auditors came in after the cutoff, so it
Okay,
didn't get
because
in
the
the
year
book.
I worked with the auditor in December,
Yeah, it was,
I didn't realize those numbers didn't make it into the
Yeah,
book.
it
Oh,
didn't.
okay, all right, okay, so, yes, okay, so I understand, okay. So, yes, so Midge's format, so there is the 22 book here, okay. All right. So, yeah, this format. So, yeah, that's exactly, yes, what she has for that. So, yeah, so these are what's in the banks, okay? These are it. So like the SIPN fund is a CD. And then these other ones. So this might, and it's Berkshire that's now Beacon, right?
Beacon, yeah.
Okay, so let's show you these, Andy. All right. So like there's a 4225 for one of those. One of these is this, I don't know where those are listed, and then there's a SIP-in fund, so it's gotta be one of those. So that was
Okay.
3,500.
Yeah,
So it gives us a direction
okay.
to go with. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, alright. So, is the white box still in there?
Yeah.
That, because I believe the deeds to like SIP-ins.
That was a recent one,
Yes, I think that was the last one
probably why we have it.
that we had. Yeah, and again, I mean, would that be helpful to you to see, Sean, would that be helpful to you to see what the directive was in those deeds?
Not really.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't see any
Yeah.
reason to pour through it.
okay. Because again, it just seems like people put it in there.
No, the only
Or-
reason I brought up is
Yeah.
just the wording
Yeah.
on that, so that,
Yeah. I don't know, Andy, perpetual care has kind of gone by the wayside, hasn't it?
Pretty much,
Yeah, it's just not,
right?
as you said, it gets rolled into a percentage or all of everything and,
Yep, it gets rolled into everything and then
Okay.
it's kind of like a general care type deal thing.
okay. All right, so we've got this, so,
But it's actually perpetual care, like I mentioned before, it's almost laughable because according to the statutes, it's once a year, that's all you have to take care of.
Yeah.
The plot is once a year, which that's not gonna happen.
no.
It-
It's from a different time.
Yeah,
It's really from a different, the intention is definitely
Yeah.
from a different time. So,
they probably just staked one sheep out over.
so
There you go.
yeah, exactly. So as far as going forward now, do we have our immediate plan for what we're doing?
Yep.
And then we'll have more information to bring to our next
Yep,
meeting,
yep.
okay? So,
This is just the first step
first step. So shall we move
so
on
they can
to
talk to us.
to step 7. Okay, which is the discussion on timeline when information is needed for town report as well as auditors. So it's April, so town report will be coming, end of fiscal year will be coming up.
Yeah, like end of December, need to have it by.
Right, so fiscal year ends June 30th.
Yeah.
And then what is what is our timeline?
So the auditors, they were delayed getting to us this past year and didn't finish the report until, I don't know, a month ago, 6 weeks ago.
Okay,
So we're already trying to schedule them for like August, September to get them here earlier, so.
okay, so
they're
let's
done.
say
Yes,
August.
so it's, the spreadsheet and your numbers, maybe start compiling things so it's close, depending on what they're looking for.
Okay,
But yes.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you just need something by the end of December for the town report.
right, and so that would be the next question, so
Correct.
December.
Yeah.
And,
But the auditors will probably, they've been a little more finite of what they're looking for, so they're gonna probably want something from you sooner, obviously sooner than that. I just don't know exactly what they're looking for. I can
Okay.
find out from Cherry what they wanted
Okay.
this past audit.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
It'll probably be the same thing, just, you
The
know,
hard
date different, the
copies.
date different.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
all right. All right, so the requirements for that will be the hard copies, which are here at the town hall. And then, whatever our report will be. So, all right, and then our town report will be December, all right, okay. Other business? Any other business at this time?
No, I'm good.
Okay, and then possible next meeting. Can we set up a possible next meeting at this time?
Probably should.
Yeah, and can it be? I know both of you will start to be getting busy. I'm a little bit more flexible than I was before. Is there any times that are better for you two? And I will work around them.
For me, it's like 4 o'clock on.
Okay, Sean, what?
Yeah, that would
works?
work, yeah,
Okay,
That
so,
way I can get something done during the day.
right,
okay.
and not,
So it's just on one day.
No, we don't know.
because I have to, just not something like, not like a 7 o'clock or
Right.
something, I
For
can't
your-
do, I can't
yeah,
do the late
your home-
stuff
yeah.
for
So,
taking care of.
yep, for you all? Yep, I can be here, I'm much more open, I'm not on the road for work at this time, I'm all staffed up, so do we want to try something for next week with report what we've found and
I'm around.
more information? Is a Thursday, okay, oh, I have a 5:40 appointment on Thursday, but I can do 4 o'clock here. If that works, or a
Fine
Wednesday.
by
Yeah,
me.
yeah, it'll
Okay.
work, yeah, whatever's
Okay.
gonna work for you,
All right.
yeah, pretty.
What
Okay.
day is
That
Yeah.
time frame, I mean, it's probably not gonna be a
Let's take
horribly
16.
long meeting, but,
Okay. All right.
well, it can't be, because you're gonna have another one coming
I
up. so that
can,
kinda-
I can
Holiday.
schedule that when it's a phone, so I can.
All right, so 4 o'clock on the 23rd,
Yes.
that we're looking at?
Yes. Okay, Thursday, the 23rd, 4 PM, here at the town office.
Okay,
Okay, and then, the agenda items for the next meeting will be to go over what we have found
Right.
out for our going forward for our investment strategies and getting our banking information together. And I am not going to adjourn at this time because Andy and I are going to go to the bank.
Sounds good.
All right.